Hi there, it's Stephanie Moore with KCR Community Resources, and I'd like to welcome Sonja Menyes with the Kelowna Gospel Mission. They've been a regular participating organization in the Okanagan Volunteer Fair for several years, and we're going to talk to Sonja about what the Gospel Mission is and what it means to volunteer with the Gospel Mission. So welcome, Sonja.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, Stephanie.
Yeah, it's great to have you here.
Happy to take part.
Great. Tell me a little bit about the Gospel Mission. Anything you'd like to say just to sort of sum up the services and programs there?
Okay. Yeah, sure. So Kelowna's Gospel Mission has a 60-bed men's shelter and 3 women's transitional homes that house 21 ladies, a nonprofit dental clinic, and a thrift store. So it's our mission to provide food for the hungry, shelter for people without homes, and help for people that are hurting due to various circumstances. So we minister to the whole person, the spirit, the soul, and the body. We have 2 outreach teams that bring food and other services to people living outdoors. So that's the quick snapshot.
It's a lot of services. And how do volunteers make an impact on those programs and services?
Oh, it's just incredible here. Our volunteers provide services that we wouldn't be able to offer without them. So we have, believe it or not, over 170 weekly volunteers. Wow. And these volunteers put in 40,000 hours over an average year. So being nonprofit and relying on donations, there's no way we could operate our high level of services without the volunteers who take on very important roles.
Absolutely. And what type of volunteer opportunities are available with your organization? If you want to let us know some of the ones that are available, but also maybe some of the ones that are filled at the moment, but there could be future opportunities.
Yeah, and we have a huge list. You ready?
I'm ready.
So we have, in our dental clinic, we need dentists, we need certified dental assistants, hygienists, students to help out, administration. In our store, we need cashiers, customer service people, receivers, truck driver helpers, people to sort through donations, people to repair stuff, social media volunteers. We actually have the social media volunteer. She's wonderful. In our shelter, we have kitchen volunteers helping to prep and serve the food. We have guest service volunteers, socializing with people, making them feel comfortable, helping supply, just get general supplies for them. Sitting, sipping, and socializing volunteers, and loneliness is a big part of sometimes not having a home. Associate volunteers, which are the volunteers that live at our shelter that help out. Cleaning volunteers, office volunteers, we have barbers, chiropractors, physiotherapists, hearing test people, foot care, nurses, there are board member positions, handyman positions, volunteers that give the daily devotions we have before meals, volunteers that load our bookshelf and make sure people have books to read, special occasion volunteers for our banquets and our events. And then we have volunteer that we call volunteer staff, like we were talking about Terry Scott, who we originally got from the volunteer fair. And he's such a valuable volunteer and so involved that we call him unpaid staff. There might be more. But
there might be more.
That's for now.
You mentioned quite a few volunteer opportunities that do require specialized skills. That is my next question. And I guess maybe right now, are there current openings for those specialized skilled volunteers, such as the dental hygienists or nurses or those kinds of things?
Yeah, so with COVID, we've closed off a lot of our services. So Right now, we're not doing the foot care, and the chiropractors haven't been coming in. What we are looking for is we have a nonprofit dental clinic, and that's available to anybody in the community who can't afford a regular dentist. So we're looking for volunteer dentists and certified dental assistants right now, someone that's licensed in BC and can come and put in a few hours to our clinic. So yeah.
Great. Yeah, and you wouldn't think of, I think sometimes people have a misconception about what volunteer opportunities might look like. So it's interesting to hear the range that you have, you know, from the highly skilled to the jobs that could be done by almost anyone. So
Yeah.
it's, yeah. Do you have an expectation of volunteers, and it might vary by position, I'm assuming, for the number of hours that they would contribute each week or each month? And I imagine there's also training hours required as well.
Well, there's some positions that you can just jump right in. So if someone is, you know, they kind of want to check us out, but they don't want to make a commitment, there's a couple of things you can do. And usually we'll have a volunteer information tour, so you can just check out our facilities. Right now, because of COVID, we're not offering that, but we are having some shifts, like a kitchen shift or an outreach shift, that you're interested in just doing the one-time thing, you can still do that. So the amount of time that people volunteer is depends on the position. Some people will put in 2 hours a month, and other people, like Terry, will work 3 full days a week. So the answer is we're flexible, and it depends. Yeah.
All right. So if I were a volunteer interested in getting involved with the Kelowna Gospel Mission, what steps would I need to take to apply?
So a couple of different ways. You can visit our website at kelownagospelmission.ca. You can email me, and that's Sonja, SONJA, at kelownagospelmission.ca. Or you can phone our main number, 250-763-3737, to book a volunteer information tour. And we've got some advertising through KCR, we've got some on Castanet. So we'll try and keep those current.
Yeah, and we will have you in our Get Involved magazine again this year. It's not printed yet, but it will be by September, or by the end of September anyway. So if anyone picks up the new Get Involved magazine or finds it in their Capital News, they'll be able to find you in there as well. Anything else you'd want an interested volunteer to know about volunteering?
Yeah, I would say during COVID, we've had a lot of volunteers take time off. So we're playing it day by day and week by week to see what happens. And we always take the advice of Dr. Bonnie Henry. So we may have volunteers in some areas, but not others during this time. That said, once the COVID crisis is over, we encourage people to check us out to see if it's a place they would like to serve as volunteers. And like I was saying earlier, take a kitchen shift. It's a great way to get your foot in the door and see if we're the right fit for you.
Right. I just have one more question, because we did mention COVID a couple of times. Are there some things that you are doing? Obviously, there's things you're doing differently, but are there some things that are new? Have new opportunities opened up, either where you need volunteers or things that you're doing differently because of COVID?
Yes, we're doing things very differently, and we're very conscientious of following the guidelines. When someone comes in to volunteer, they're doing a health questionnaire, we're taking temperature, we're wearing masks. Our dental clinic is completely set up for COVID, probably one of the safest clinics in town. And then because we used to do all our meals inside, so the public would come into us and get their meals. to protect our residents, and we've got 60 people that can stay here, 60 men. To protect them, because this is their home, we've had to move our day services outside. So we're providing meals in the community. We've created 2 outreach teams, and so we're asking for volunteers to go along with our outreach team, help them to serve people who are living in the community, living rough, maybe living in a tent. And we're also dropping off food to some people who are in apartments, but that used to come to eat with us. So we've got lots of seniors, lots of people living with disabilities that still need our help. And the companionship, the chatting is really important too. Loneliness is a terrible thing right now for people who we're their social network. So yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Sonja. It was great chatting with you today.
Yeah.
And can't wait to see when things open back up again.
Me too, and we really appreciate all the work you and Kelowna Community Resources put into this. This is not easy, and I think you've done a wonderful job in putting this volunteer fair together in a very different way. So we really appreciate it.
Thank you.